All right. This is where you get your practice shots. All right. The first 6 months of Iraq, we went to Abu Ghraib, and it's a prison, and we were after the scandal, but the place was messy. It was like a concentration camp, but the best part about it is we closed the place down, and I honestly feel really good about that. We moved to southern Iraq, and I started moving up the ranks, and I got allowed to do convoy operations. So we did a lot of miles all over southern Iraq. And I went from driver to gunner to promoted to sergeant. And I even got the scout vehicle, which is lead vehicle. Now, I moved up fast because I took risks, but it was worth it. You got guys on the line with like families and kids with a lot to put down, and they do it every day. So I wanted that seat. I wanted the position. I wanted scout vehicle. I wanted to be in front. And then one day you get hit, and I got hit by an IED, and it shot through my vehicle, right under my legs. It's a different type of IED. The IED is just general, blows up in all directions. This is called an EFP, explosive force projectile. And it just means it shoots straight. So it shot right under my legs, and man, I didn't know what the hell happened. I thought a fire extinguisher exploded. I don't know why, but I did. I just remember looking around. Luckily, I docked my vehicle, and everyone's yelling. I just remember all this smoke, and I was like, what the fuck happened? And I remember my leg stung, and I looked at it, and from the top it looked fine. I kept looking back, and Doc's yelling at everybody, and then I looked down my leg again, and I just see blood coming out on both sides. And very casually, I get back on the mic, and I say, dude, Doc, and he goes, yeah. I go, I think I'm fucked up.
Show me the injury, Joey.
All right, well, let me finish the story. But, okay. So Doc tells the driver to pull over. The vehicle was still running, we pull over. At that time, Doc and the driver jump out, and they pull me out. And you know what? I was a big dude. I had a lot of pride. I was a squad leader. And for the first time in my life, I was fucking helpless. I mean, if I was gonna die, I would have died right there. Because there's nothing I could do. My leg was just shattered. And so they pulled me out. I remember Doc said, grab a tourniquet. And inside, I was like, fuck, dude, a tourniquet? I'm gonna lose my leg? This ain't happening. This ain't supposed to happen. This ain't, not to me, not like this. And that's when the other vehicle pulled up, and we started taking fire. And so Doc made a call. He made a statement. He said, you know what, bleeding ain't bad enough. Wrap it up. We gotta get out of here. And that's what we did. They threw me in that vehicle, and then 2 gunmen came out with AKs, and Jamie Cox, who's now my brother-in-law, lit them up, and we got out of there. And I got put on a bird that night, and I took the early flight home. I don't regret nothing, because to tell you the truth, if I didn't do it, someone else would have to. Those are the rules. That's how it goes down. You can't change that. So you can fight it, but there's another kid, that's still gonna go out there and do the job. And part of it, I do think it's tit for tat, because we're all kids with guns out there. Purpose and meaning loses value. And you do stuff that you just wouldn't normally do. So I don't look back at hate or anger. Man, I did some stuff that they're probably angry about too. So, but in the end, I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm back in school, and I'm gonna fight a different way. And that's what I'm looking at now. Because seriously, if I was willing to die for, a fellow soldier out there, well, now I'm back here. What am I gonna do now? What am I doing to protect them now? Did I forget everything? Nah, I didn't. So, my job now is to work with school, work to make a public issue, remind them, that people are still dying. The war's still going on. And that's what I'm trying to do now. You know what my biggest fear is? I'm not doing enough. My biggest fear is that I saw people better than me die. And then I'm still here. So what am I gonna do with my life? You know? I mean, if God takes some people and not others, and I don't understand that, you know, because I'm not the best person. That I don't understand. So I'm still here, right? I feel like Saving Private Ryan, when he goes to the grave, and he says, like, did I do enough? You know, did I? You know, did I honor this person enough that made the sacrifice for me? Am I going to make a change in the future that's worth people changing their attitude, man? I mean, we're a country that fights for pride, for money, for material things. So when are we going to change? When are we going to fight for something else? And who's going to do that fight? You know, who's going to change the attitudes, man? I mean, is everything going to be monetary? Is everything going to be like, what do I get out of it? Are you going to do things for pride? Are you going to change for the right reason? I want to change for the right reason, because you know what? I should be dead. I want to be dead. You know, like, fucking people are still dying. There's a fight still going on. You know, I want to fight for something. But I got to change how people think, how they view. Because you know what? Other than that, what are we? Bunch of Barbie dolls? Bunch of materialistic fucks? You know, you're going to sacrifice my brother for money? Nah. There's got to be a higher value. There's got to be a higher purpose. You know, and that's why I want to see Get Out. I'm not in the video. You know, I'm in the video a little bit, but I want to somehow use that to make a change somehow, and that's what the gamble was for me. Now, Mike told me to believe, so I'm believing. But the thing is, like, what are we going to get out of this? And at the end, I want to sit down and I say, look, I changed how people think. You know what? We're not losing soldiers no more. Like, we can work out our simple differences for something bigger, like harmony or peace. And I get so much criticism for saying that. I don't know why, man. Like, even from my fellow soldiers, they say like harmony, peace. Those are words that don't make any sense. That hurts, man. Because what am I dying for anyway? What was I prepared to die for? Why my brother dying? You know? I mean, what's really worth dying for? Isn't that? You know? And you say it's a joke because I bring it up in college, you know, because I say, hey, let's come together as a school and like show that we have force, that we can like influence, and like we can show other values than what they're putting out right now. You know, I don't think that's a joke. Hey, I think that's worth dying for. All right.
Good.
That's it.